time for a change. This is not really who I am. And something just came over me, like the Holy Spirit came over me, and I was like, you know what? I need to figure out what's my purpose in life. Like, why am I here? Like, and the way that I was living, I was like, you know what? I don't like the way that I'm living. So I had to make a change so I could start walking into my own truth. And I feel like for me, that's very important.
OnlyFans has become so normalized, and of course you were a big star on there. So what would you say to other young women who are, as you described, debasing themselves, degrading themselves on that platform sexually?
For me, I would honestly say if it's something that you're going through and you really just have to make the money, do it, but also to get out of it. Because to me, it's going to be a dead end. Anytime something is like fast money, it never ends well. It's time for a change. This is not really who I am. And something just came over me, like the Holy Spirit came over me, and I was like, you know what? I need to figure out what's my purpose in life. Like, why am I here? Like, and the way that I was living, I was like, you know what? I don't like the way that I'm living. So I had to make a change so I could start walking into my own truth. And I feel like for me, that's very important.
OnlyFans.
So I've been seeing, and I have it in my DM, I have a lot of my subscribers who have sent me so much information as she's gone through the transformation, Blac Chyna in particular, of, taking the injections out of her face, taking the BBL out, like doing all of these things in her transformation mode. People have been sending it to me, and I've kind of just waded in the water, just seeing what's going on, doing a little background, seeing what's this about. And to be honest, my take on this might be a little bit different than people would expect of me. And I'm going to explain all of that, and I'm going to tell you why. First thing I want to say, if people are standing here and they believe that all of these transformations that we're seeing all over the place have nothing to do with or are nowhere closely attached to the mission that Kevin Samuels was on, you guys are bamboozled. Okay? You are just, you're not connecting the dots. Period. Okay? I just have to say that, and I want to say that because I genuinely know for a fact that those conversations, the women calling up, even all the controversy and stuff behind that sparked so much conversation and so much change. So much. A lot of people who were living their lifestyles and were comfortable and were doing all of these things, they were in spaces, and the only reason why they never had to dig inside themselves or think a little deeper is because there was nobody around challenging their thoughts, challenging the way that they feel, challenging the way that they think, expressing to them and telling them how men really feel about these things, how men really categorize you, and how men really feel or see you. So I have to say that. I cannot start this conversation or any conversation like this without saying that, because it created a space that men started to genuinely speak about, like, well, yeah, I'll hit that, but I ain't gonna wife her. I mean, yeah, it's cool to look at, it's cool for a like or whatever, but I don't see no wife material. It sparked a lot of change. And I'm not saying just Blac Chyna in particular, but a lot of women in the like. There's a lot of women that I see on social media who were, the IG it girls, the OnlyFans girls, the, video big, all types of women who have drastically made changes in a short span of time. A short span of time. I see it constantly. Now, when it comes to this particular situation with Blac Chyna, I have to say that it's her duty to go and broadcast these conversations because she's had such a large and broad platform that has broadcasted, spread the message of, influenced so many women in the complete opposite direction. Mainly just by her behavior. Not so much of her, having a rap career or telling women what to do in this, but people have watched her. There's people who have admired her. She's gone on her platform and she's literally showcased, irresponsible lifestyle, the thotty lifestyle, all that you could think of. So for her to come forth and now spread that same exact opposite message, I think it is her duty to do so. I think it's her responsibility to be able to do so. Because if you so loud about derogatory things, then you should be just as loud for your change. So I love that she keeps talking about it. Okay. I love that every single thing she does, she keeps constantly talking about it, telling women the dangers. I love that. Because there's some women who are going to look at her like, I'll get to that in a second. Because that's going to lead me down a whole other part. But I love that she's doing that. The dangers when she's talking about plastic surgery, when she's talking about the fillers, when she's talking about getting sick, when she's talking about all of these things. I love that she's expressing that because there's so many women who need to hear that from somebody who's been there and somebody who they've watched go to the limit and come back. Sometimes people they only appreciate the message when they see somebody who's actually gone through it and is in the journey. And so for her to talk about the dangers, I think is extremely important. Extremely important. While I'm over here, talking about natural bodies this and, take care of your natural essence, take care of your natural hair. People was mad at me for saying that. For saying that people would rather, throw on a wig instead of deep conditioning their own hair, take care of their own hair, taking care of themselves. They always talk about self-love this, self-love that, but aren't showing themselves love. People were mad at me. People were trying to drag me for saying that. And now when somebody who's gone through it, that you see gone through it, now she's not wearing the wig, now she's taking off this, and people are like, oh my gosh, she looks so beautiful. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, sis. Sometimes people learn different ways. Nothing wrong with that. Sometimes people want to see somebody who's gone through it, that they feel like they can resonate with. And I love the fact that she's being so vocal about it. The next thing I want to say is, a lot of people, which I was going to say first, is that a lot of people around have this thing where they feel as though, this is just a marketing scheme. They're seeing that classy women are getting the bag, and so they want to get the bag too. And, sometimes it's even the people who are in her same vein. Oh, well, this is just a PR stunt. She just trying to flip and get the bag a different way. She just trying to make sure that she is marketing herself and that she's going to do this and do that and all these things. Okay. What about it? Like, what about it? This woman is in a space that with her following alone, she's going to make money either way. Okay. Let's just be honest. But this is why I say my take on this might be a little bit different. Now, it could be a facade. I've been watching for a little bit. I mean, she done gone far. She done took this stuff out. It could be a facade. It could be this. It could be a lot of things. It could be her just trying to, a marketing ploy for her to switch the narratives. It could be. But spreading this message and having this conversation, you see, once it's truth that she's spreading, it's making people think in a different way. It's going to make people think twice about getting the filler, the this, the that. It is. She's gone as far as removing tattoos. She's doing this. And you know why? Because a lot of these women are coming up and they are expressing to these women, yes, we have the money. Yes, we have the bags. Yes, we look like we're living the lifestyle. Yes, we can go on trips. Yes, we can get flued out, but we don't have no peace. We don't have peace. You can't buy it in a store. You can't buy peace of mind in the store. You can't fill the void that's within you with the things that you can purchase. There's no way of doing that. Now, for me, as a spiritual person, I didn't say religious, let's clarify. I said as a spiritual person. You see, women who are in tune spiritually are unmatched. Positively. Women who are in tune spiritually, positively, are unmatched. Because they sense things, they can feel things. They are attached to their greater purpose, to the greater good. They see children in a different light. They see a lot of things in a different way. They're better wives. I'm just being real, okay? This is my opinion, but I'm just being real. Because of the humility that comes with it. The humility that comes with connection. You see it in their lives, in how they maneuver with people and how they maneuver with their husbands. I'm just being real. So again, it could be a marketing ploy. It could be all of these things. But once truth is unveiled, once people start making you think in a different way, once people start exposing how they were really feeling at the time that you thought that they were at their best, and they're saying, actually, I was at my lowest. I had the most money, the most pain, the most heartache, the most stress. I believe that she's one of the people that we saw deteriorating rapidly. And for her to have the ability to catch it, snatch it, and not only just making the change, but trying to impact lives positively, I'm never going to shun women away from that. Because if that's the case, if I'm going to turn around and be like, oh, you a hypocrite, you a this, you a that, oh, the money, the this, oh, you just trying to do this. If I'm going to condemn you, then what is the purpose of me having these conversations for? To just talk about what women are not doing, and then to see them do something and change positively, I'm not going to talk about that. That's what I'm talking for. I have my conversations for women who are on the brink of messing up their relationships. Okay, for people who want to see a different way, people who might disagree with me and then turn around and agree with me later on. I'm not going to shun you. I'm not going to shun you. I'm going to support the message because I want younger girls to see from different avenues. A lot of women see different, from her to Alexis Sky to a lot of other women. They see these women making these profound changes, and then they turn around and say, oh, Rivah, you're not crazy. Oh, you're not crazy? Now I understand. Now let me go back and listen to this message. Now let me go back and rethink the things that I'm doing. Let me. That's my opinion, y'all. Now, listen. If you agree with me or you don't agree with me, I want to hear what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. I really want to hear your honest opinions, okay? This is my opinion. I gave you mine. I want to hear yours. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and get this video a thumbs up. And I will see you guys in the next video. Love you.